With graphics like that, this guy must work out.
Afternoon, everyone. I thought I'd give you a little demo of the drills that I keep with me. So doing remodeling, handyman work, you'll find real quick, if you haven't already, that you do need several different drills. And these are just the ones I use right now. I have used others in the past. I've had different versions and different manufacturers of these same drills, but these seem to be the ones that have held up the longest. So I'll kind of go through the ones that I use the most. So I carry all these with me on a daily basis. One I use the most often is this DeWalt. It is a 20 volt. Got a nice balanced weight to it, 20 volt max. You can tell that this has been used heavily over the years. There's the model number on it. I haven't found anything that holds up to the DeWalt quality, at least that I've tried in the past. I mean, you can drop it off a ladder, of course, not intentionally. Get it wet as long as it dries before you use it. They're just almost indestructible. Very impressed with them, and I haven't had any issues with this drill. But the only problem I've had with other DeWalts I've had in the past is just moisture getting in my toolboxes and eventually rusting out these chucks to where they don't work anymore. But I don't think I've ever had a DeWalt drill, cordless drill, that seized up due to motor issues. So excellent quality. Use that every single day. It's almost comes out of my truck on almost every single job. Next one over is an Impact. This is also a 20 volt. And these batteries are interchangeable. This one here I use on occasion, especially if you're putting in fence gates and stuff. I keep the chuck on this one for my sockets, which is why I use it most of the time, is for doing stuff that I need a socket for. Really good tool. This basically DeWalt quality. I haven't had any issues with it. I haven't had any problems with it burning up, and that may be due to the cordless, the battery being not powerful enough to take something off or on. But here's the model number on this one, and this little impact driver it's done everything I've needed it to do. So the next one over is I do carry a corded drill. So doing large decks or things where I need to do a ton of screws, so putting together huge gazebo kits or something, I keep this with me. If I were to have any issues with this one or this one, I've got something to fall back on. So that's the biggest reason I keep this with me. I have burnt a couple of these up in the past. I've got one that's rigged up permanently for tile, mixing my mortar and thin set, and it looks like crap. I don't even think the chuck doesn't even work anymore, so it's almost permanently fixed with the mixer on the drill, but it still works. So I have burnt one of these up before just due to it overheating. But this one here, like I said, I just keep it as a backup in case that one quits working on me. They make many different versions of these DeWalt drills, but this is the one I carry in my truck, and it works excellent for, like I said, if you're doing a large deck and you're tired of getting up and down, replacing the batteries on these, because even the high 20 volt batteries aren't going to last for maybe 3 or 4 hours if you're constantly screwing in deck screws. So I resort to this one. Next one over is a hammer drill, and this is a Bosch. I have had this a couple years. I bought this when my DeWalt hammer drill burnt up. So it burned up. I was looking for something different. I also like the feature of this, that it has the hammer function where you can put the chip blade on the end of it. So if you're demoing tile or wood flooring that's glued down, there's a blade you can get, and I've got two of them. A blade you can get to go on here, that it works like a jackhammer. Works really good for cleaning up debris. But the only thing I don't like about this is all these bits have to be bought Bosch bits. So you can't use, it's got a certain chuck on the bit that's specifically for this, or a certain design in the chuck that only accepts a certain kind of bit. So you couldn't use a round bit that you would tighten in this DeWalt on this. But since this is the only one I use anymore, I've built up, the common bits that I need for doing concrete anchors, 3/8 or 1/4 inch for doing transition strips, or I've got a couple of the wedges for doing jackhammering with it. But excellent tool. But the only thing I don't like too much about it is the tool's pretty heavy quality, but the cord's just not. It's real flimsy. I'm kind of used to the DeWalt cord being thick and durable. You feel like you've actually got a decent cord there. I've never had this one heat up, but considering how aggressive the work is that this one's doing, I would have thought it would have had a better heavy-duty cord with it. But it works. Use it quite often. All my concrete anchoring stuff, demo stuff, excellent drill. It does have a little setting here so you can change it to jackhammer. That'd be your hammer drill, so drilling like concrete anchors. Or you could switch it over to here and just use this as an impact drill. So excellent drill. Let's see, this is a newer one. I haven't had this, I think I've had it 2 years. Your model number is, let's see, it does have a forward and reverse on it. Let's see where my model number is. Bosch Extreme Max. Maybe that's it. Not sure. Usually there's some kind of sticker that gives you the model number, but I'm not seeing it on this one. There it is. But really good. Bosch makes a lot of hammer drills. So if you go to Home Depot, they've got, really for power tools, they've got a better selection than Lowe's does. They have a whole section of hammer drills that are much bigger than this one. This isn't the smallest one they carry, but it's not the largest by no means. So a lot of different adapters you can get for this chuck, and excellent, especially if you're doing tile or floor demo. This tool is a lifesaver, trust me. So hope that helps. Let me know if you got any questions. Thank you all.
This guy needs to be a poster child for birth control. If you like that video, hit subscribe.